Beautiful beings of the universe, welcome to another episode of Now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you actually do not give your 100% to any task, be it your work or the thing that you've been postponing, or something that you actually love. You would truly not go after that, but you would in turn to a, a something easier version of that. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you want to be a something, but being that means a lot of work, so you're rather going to pick something on the way which is not going to fulfill you, but that would solve your immediate problem. So that means you do not have a long vision, but you have a very short sighted vision. And let me tell you, this would manifest in all aspects of your life. This would also manifest in terms of your relationships with people. So, and what you truly fear is, maybe you have this fear that you would actually not find people of your true vibe who actually understand you the way how you view the world. And that's very difficult because maybe you are not going to see those people or ever meet them in person, but they might be somewhere out there watching your video, or they might watch you after you are even gone from the planet. It doesn't matter. Maybe your video gets known 10 years, like I've recommended so many YouTube videos, and the speaker is already dead. But that does not mean that the message that these genius men and women had, that didn't go through, right? And that's the whole point of it. So what I'm trying to say is, what you actually love, arriving at that is very challenging, because you know that thing demands a 100% out of you. So, for an instance, I can tell you, since I play keyboard, and it would manifest in the way that you want to play a piece, but to truly learn that would mean that you would need to really put in the work. That means concentration, that means no to the distractions. But you are so much addicted to dopamine hits, because you feel, if I don't even check on YouTube feed, what is there for me to enjoy anymore now? Because the world outside is so bizarre that you don't want to speak to anybody, because people be so fake, or all they want to just have is fake shallow conversation because of the fear of being seen. Okay, so when you see people are very much together, a group of 10, 15 people, and all of that is just to forget your factor of loneliness. So these are the lonely people. But if you are a chosen one, and even if you are alone, you are alone, you're not lonely. And understand, there's a lot of difference. You could be alone, but you're not lonely, because like, you see the pointlessness of hitting a wall every time you have a shallow, meaningless conversation, or doing that meaningless job which you know doesn't fulfill your soul. And you understand the type of tribe and people you're going to meet, who have no interest in truth in whatsoever ways. But you would still take that job because that pays you. And now the challenge is, if you think that using that money you are going to utilize into some other realm, maybe writing a book, or making a song, or making a movie, whatever. The problem is, you're going to use up all of your energy, especially in these times when we are in the end times, we are in the Armageddon times, we are in the times where what's going to happen tomorrow, you don't know. and this is truly bizarre, because too many people would live out of fear, but I chose that, and I took that around in another direction. So, knowing that world could end tomorrow, knowing that about the vulnerability of the life, it might either make you to a rat that only lives inside the house and never explore outside, or the other way might be that you don't care, that you stop defending, you stop playing safe. You see, why you feel hit in your gut, why you do not feel so awesome in your energy level, is, of course, there is energy attacks, there is EMF radiation sent out to everybody on the planet by the military warfare. So naturally you feel those hits. The food that every person is getting on the planet is not of utmost good, because that's the intention. That's what Bill Gates is working on. He's he's manufacturing butter out of insects and pests so that all the normal middle class people like us, we would be eating pests and worms, and only the richest would have access to the high premium quality food, premium life, and the rest of the world. So the world is going to get split into two, into the uber rich, who would be absolute avatar of transhumanism, AI. And the second aspect is no matter, even if you're somewhere like a rich person who has got 2 3 homes, you would still have to either move into the transhumanism, wherein you have to marry the technology, you have to embed those gadgets into your body. That's the plan for 2030, by the way. And so, and if you don't do that, you want to live naturally, you're going to be part of the peasant. You're going to be part of the peasantry, wherein you would be treated as slaves. And these billionaire technocrats who basically rule the world, who puppeteer the world, who make your life like a chessboard, and you are actually a chess piece that's being played upon by these beings, would basically not even care about you. I watched a beautiful animation last night about the work, and that said so beautifully, because all of these are like little zombies humans, and that's the way to the future. They are not going to have any of their own life. So in a day you would be supposed to work 20 hours a day, and 5 hours of sleep you would do at the workstation, 20 hours of work, and you must keep grinding, because if you do not, and if the cameras and the bots see you, AI sees you that you're not performing, you're going to die. And you must forever keep on making a fake ass face with 32 teeth out, if you have 32 teeth left, and your eyes like hollow empty circuits, which would of course dry up as you age. And so you would do to the next generation. So when you're, and it's not that we are facing all of this now, our grandparents faced the same thing, and they couldn't tell to the next generation that this is how the world is, and it's pathetic. If they knew, there was no point in us being born into this world and being and having to see all of this and experience. And if somebody says it's all because of karma that you are born, and you were yourself a grandparent in your past life, and you were yourself whatever, a king or a criminal or a beggar in your past life, and you need to fulfill those karma that needs to be run, that's why you are born, so suffer. Suffer all of this. Then maybe take to that. And you have two choices: either you can be miserable and cry out aloud about it, because everybody's absolutely alone, and they might be sitting with their father, mother, and sisters and siblings, in which every single person is in turn doomed to misery, because we live in a holocaust sort of a world. It's just not too much out there as yet, but that's where it's heading to. I watched a video last night about a geologist who goes to Denver to find out about the secret mission, which is not even secret anymore, on mass depopulation. So the top elites of the world, they want all the simple, mediocre, the boarding class to wipe out, and only the uber rich should be alive, and that would be around 500 million people in the world. So the current population is 8 billion, and from 8 billion there would be a war, a nuclear sort of a war, or there would be a holocaust or something like that, some form of destruction. And that painting is huge, wide, openly put up at Denver airport, and that clearly says that how the destruction is going to come. And from 8 billion we would be reduced to 500 million, and that population would then see the good side of the world, and the rest of the world would all dissolve. All the countries, all the government, all the religions, all the gods that we worship, everything would dissolve into one, and there would just be one world government. There would be one god, and they are going to discover a new language. So even the languages that you know, that would be wiped out. And they want only people of highest And the best character, that was the same agenda behind Hitler during the Nazi times. He wanted only the superior Aryan race to be there, and whoever were the weaker ones, all the older ones, all the weaker ones, all the boring ones, who are not something special, should die. This is very inhuman. This is so inhuman. It's as if you're forced to enact and play like this is who I am, and I deserve to live. You have to prove your worth, that you should be worthy of living. And don't think all of this is too far, okay? Don't think all of this is, oh, it's just going to happen. Not now, not in my lifetime. I'm 30 or I'm 40 years old and I'm safe. Or I'm 20-year old, I have so much time. You don't have so much time. Don't think that being born in this day and age, and the world is going to be as it is. It's just fast changing, and it's changing so fast that it would all be so quick to change and you won't even know. So you might as well question, what is in it for me? Like, why should I just go on running about like how others do? Why should I just go on when feeling small, when somebody puts you down and says that, oh, you're so funny little this and that, and ha 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 ha, look at you. Because all these demons who are laughing at you, who don't know, or who are just watching you with their evil eyes, because they have got a very narrow vision. They think what you're doing is great, but they are not aware of what's going on in the world, of how it's all going to change so suddenly. So they be rather so tied up to their old viewpoint, through their old lens, that let me just keep on studying and learn this AI and get that job. You fools, there's going to be no job. AI is after your life, and that's not going to happen later, because AI is already doing so many awesome stuffs, and which is not truly so much awesome anymore. It's not there for you so that it's going to improve your life. That's what Elon Musk said, that we are going to develop chips in a way that if you have dementia or you have got some forgotten memory, you could recall and remember that. That's only the initial tip of the iceberg. The whole point is that they want to get rid of humanity. They want to get rid of the human race. Why else do you think is he making so much of his investment and accommodation into another planet? Because that's the whole point, to destroy the planet Earth. And that's why these billionaires and trillionaires, they are making their houses underground, because they know what's coming. Mark Twain said it beautifully, that it's far more difficult to tell a sleeping mass, like, hey, wake up, look what's going on. So it's so difficult to wake them up, rather than actually fooling them and buying and selling them stuffs which absolutely doesn't make any sense. And they would still say, yeah, this is good. So you're telling me to buy? Yeah, come, let me buy that. To have just a blind consumerism narrow lens, because that's what these demons want. So Rothschild, basically, who changed the entire structure of the education system throughout the world, they clearly said, we do not want thinkers, we do not want artists, we do not want critical thinking philosophers. These people are going to challenge us. What are we doing? They don't want that. They don't want people like David Icke. They don't want people like me. They don't want people like who are going to actually question, what is it? Why are you doing all this? Why are you making me do all this? If there is AI that can do all of your work at the click of just few statements, few orders, or just few verbal words, why do you want to do that same task and call that a job and work for 10 years? Because the system wants you distracted. It wants you low vibrational. It just wants you to keep feeding off on your energy. Keep you busy with the most insane task, even if that means clicking off a button, and I'll pay you so much money for that. There was a great visionary who said that the world is run on money, and that's why athletes get a lot of pay. They are one of the highest paid salary people. So an athlete would get $6.9 to $7 million a package a year. $7 million of a package, annual package. And that is not because so that you could actually evolve as a human. It's just so that you could keep distracted. So then your whole intention is only on the body, and you do not question, why am I here? What am I doing? Is there higher truths? Because these elites who know very well how to control the consciousness, and they know how to make reality, they want to control and puppeteer the world. So if you say, I know how to control reality, they don't like you because they see you as a competition. And so the world is just run by a bunch of fools who just wants you be doing repetitive work, even though AI has come, even though everything is right there in your face, you're reading it all. So Rothschild clearly designed, I just want a dumber set of people who can just work for me, who are just going to take the orders from us, and who just help me lay the economy, because I'm going to be the visionary who would say how and what needs to happen and how the growth of this world needs to be. And I don't want people coming and questioning. I just want them to be paid a salary and them working for me. They don't want visionaries. And that's why after you have wasted your 12 years of life studying in school, and plus 4 years doing a engineering degree, or 5 or 6 years doing a medicine degree, and after that you are so much accustomed to somebody else giving you order that you do not know how to think on your own. You do not know how to actually go into that tunnel which is unknown. And that's why when you could be kept short-sighted, you would be forced to live as a you would just be forced to live as somebody who could be living as a slave. And mind you might have millions and billions of dollars, but you're still a slave if you do not know why you're on the planet and what you're doing. Are you doing things just for money? Then know that that's not your calling. Just studying to get a job, for what? Why? And you would not even have this much energy to question, because the answer is dark and bearing straight into your face. That would mean a no from the system. How would you live then? That is the real question that you need to be asking. How can I not be dependent on the system? How can I make my life as an independent existence? Because this whole thing of AI is just completely a war on consciousness. It's a war on humanity. They want to suck your humanity out. They want to turn you from a human into a zombie consciousness, which you're just going to be productive, and you would work 20 hours a day for something which is inhuman for these reptilians who just feed off onto your energy. So the actual human body was not born to eat food. And if you're actually living by your real soul calling, you would not eat food and you would not need water. Your intestines don't need that food and water. It actually can live very well on the sunshine and on the air. You can be alive just on the breath. And going ahead, you can also be alive without the breath. There are so many yogis in Himalaya who stay breathless, but they are in the body. But the challenge for us is because we are so much distracted, we want to eat food, not because we are hungry, but because we just want to get over that restlessness. I've been eating one meal a day, and even I feel that is also too much heavy on my system, because I can clearly see I can go without food for few days, because there's enough of material in your body, the juices, the blood, and whatever nutrients you have acquired from eating fruits and vegetables. And you realize actually that body does not need so much food. So all this idea which was set out by advertisement bombardment to you, that you need to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, is all bullshit. Just look at the food of your ancestors, no matter which location of the world you come from. When the food was not so much in abundance, we all would eat few days in a week, one meal. and then you could survive very well on that. And that's why if you see people of the past, the cavemen, he was so strong. The cave women, they were so strong, they never fell sick. These people never had any dental issues. These people were so much healthy, and they would not eat 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm not saying this because I want you to have a poverty mindset. It's not about any of that, about the abundance of material resources. It's about seeing, like, what do you truly want and why have been conditioned in this way, just so that the companies could keep, the companies who are basically pumping units of produce every single second, they want mouths to eat, and that's why they want you to produce babies, not because they care for your higher consciousness. Because your child is actually not your child. Your child is just a consumer straight to the system. And that's why they want you divided. They don't want you together, rising as conscious human being. And why do you think priests and saints and monks all over the world, they were murdered? Because they do not want the truth to come out. They want a sleep and population that just keeps on consuming, that just wants, just give me more, I want to eat. And what is that consumerism? It would be like, I want to eat these ETFs, these mutual funds, these cryptos, these gold, these silver, these house, these land. Just give me. This is what the mindset is, right? And all of this is external manifestation into the material world, the plus externally. But what are you? What are you without all of that? Because world would soon bring you to a state of zero, with the end times so near. And if you don't know, you're going to panic, and you're going to hold on so tight to this life, which you never even understood what life is. Because all you were told, because you were born after this internet age in 2005 and onwards, all you know is about consumerism. And nobody told you that there's a lot of truth which has been masked, which has been hashed, which has been hidden from you. And even though internet tells you a lot of stuffs, when you see the actual application of that is so difficult. Like, you might go on reading Diamond Sutra of Buddha, you might go on reading Gospel of Thomas and all the great teachings of Christ, but you see that when you actually see within yourself and you implement, it's very dark inside. You see, it's very difficult to not get swayed when everybody outside tells you and laughs on your face because you're telling the truth. And of course they will laugh on you and call you a crazy creep for no reason, and not just say that, but also intimidate you. So you would naturally think, like, how far should I go? And of course all this does affect your energy as well. Like you're high vibrational now, and if somebody just attacked you with some verbal words, or just cut you across, or just made some indirect comment on you, their children calling you monkey or something like that, that lowers your vibration, because you're a human, you're not a zombie. See, if you tell this in front of zombies who don't mind, show them anything dark and negative and they will not feel, why did you show me this? Like, I went to one training course one day wherein they were talking about how to make the movie. And in the sample of the movie that they showed from their previous directors who had worked there, that was very dark. That was about murder and rape and very violent acts he showed, and I didn't like that. So I told that director, why are you showing such samples? Why don't you show better samples wherein people are striving for good? Why don't you show better samples wherein people are interested in the truth? Why don't you show sample movie of Jesus Christ and of Buddha? And why are you showing this murder and physical abuse and rape? So then he said, because this is the world we live in and I don't want the audience to not look at the dark side. So I said, that is very good approach, sure. But I don't think you need to overplay that darkness when everybody is living in the world of darkness. So what is the point in reminding them of the night? Because everyone knows that there is darkness, there is night, there is war. And if I enter into movie making, My intention would be to bring out all of the teachings of Christ, Buddha, and Lord Krishna to awaken the masses. And why would I learn about an art, about music, about sculpting, about movie making, whatever I do would be with this intention of letting the light come out in the world. Uh, because that's what matters. And that does not mean I will not display the darkness and the manipulation of the world. That does not mean I will not talk about the mind control and AI games and the evil people behind the AI. AI is not just on its own turning evil. It's the people who are training AI in terms of dark cyberspace. And people want darkness because coming to the light, that's what I started this video with. Coming to the light, which is the love consciousness, is very difficult. Nobody knows what true love is. People think if you let me have what I want, that is love. If you let me have whatever gives me pleasure, that is love. But that is also not 100% true, because you will see somebody who's nice and kind is always treated like a doormat. Whether it's in the family system or it's in the workplace, if you're nice and kind, people just want to get rid of you. So nobody truly cares for your humanity anymore. They see you like you're just too irritating. I don't want to see you. They want to avoid you. But when they see somebody wicked, they're going to have long, shallow conversation, which to you as an empath, as a heyoka, as a chosen, doesn't make any sense. So I'm not telling you to be wicked and take to the evil ways. I'm saying just be as you are. If you're evil, embrace that. If you're kind, stay with it, even though they would tell you that it's so boring. Even though they tell you you're so boring and you're so I'm sleepy. Like you just hear everyone around you yawning, then let them yawn, let them sleep. Because all that the world, if they truly want, is violence, because that is what gets them up. You see, the amount of suicide rates went so low when the entire world goes on war. Because now there's a common energy saying that, oh, we are all going to die? That's awesome, let's enjoy now. But when you see the suicide rates is high, when you see somebody is happy and somebody is sad, but when you know that entire world is down this crazy train which is just going to crash, now everyone is happy. Suddenly everyone is happy. That's awesome. Because in crazy times like this, either you can sit and cry looking at the insanity of the world, or you can laugh at it. My favorite stand-up comedian, George Carlton, who I discovered very recently, he's such an awesome man. And he's dead now, but what a genius intellectual guy. Check out his comedy. It's actually not comedy. Everything that he's telling is the truth of the world, just that he tells it in a way that you find it funny. I don't find that funny at all. I know that what this guy is telling is truth. So George Carlton, he says that you need to just be yourself and enjoy in a world that wants to tighten your security. And wherever there is like a thing of you should be secure and this is not safe, this is not safe certified standard, it's all bullshit, because they, on the other way, control and manipulate your whole life. And about little petty things like walking with closed shoes at the gym, they're going to tell you to just go out or call cops on you because you went to the gym without shoes that was closed, and that happened to me. Like what? You're calling cops for that, and you're not calling cops when there is murder and destruction happening? So get rid of this. Wherever there's extra check on you that you need to be safe, stay this way. This is safety for you. That's only to curb your freedom, to curb your rights, to curb you from actually thinking for yourself. That's all that they do not want you to do, is to think for yourself. And that's why the lie has to be constantly being fed, because the truth is like light and it just lights up. And that's why the truth is constantly being attacked. Not just in this time, you go back to the history. The problem with the predator and the prey sort of relationship is, which which is how the world is. Certain handful of people who have got a lot of power, they want to control, these predators want to control the preys who are the sleeping asleep masses, and whoever is awake, they want to get rid of them. Then so be it, have your say, and just live bold and fearless, and don't bother about, oh, what about the things that I would be denied. Probably you don't need that, and whatever goes is just something that you never needed anyway. Check this out, whatever things that you need is not what you need, it's what you have been told that that's what you need. If you don't have that, nobody is going to befriend you. So be it, you don't want fake people. If you don't have that, nobody wants to be around you. So be it, go all the way, just keep going like Buddha did. This is the same teaching that he said, gate gate para samgate bodhi swaha. Gate para samgate bodhi swaha. That means I kept going. I just kept going. And whatever had to fall just kept falling apart. I don't care. I'm just going to keep on going ahead. Because the spirit of freedom doesn't want anything from this world. You're of the kingdom of Christ. And Christ said that if the earth was my existence plane of kingdom, then these people would not let me die on the cross. When the Roman emperors put him on the cross, my kingdom is up there, and up there he's the king of the kings. So of course you would be hated and laughed at, and you know, told like you're stupid and foolish to not run in this race of AI. See, rest of us have learned 24 AI tools. What about you? What for? What is the use of all of that? Why are you putting so much effort learning those 24 AI tools when there's one tool that can learn all the zillions of AI tools and master that in a second? So what are you using your intelligence for? And all of this comes from a fear of survival. It's not to increase your consciousness. It's not to make you a better human. It is to keep you low. Not even, as David Icke says, this is not about even being a human. It's about being a subhuman. So with this 100% AI being fitted everywhere, people would, if right now the state of humanity is fallen, it's going to go further down. It's going to be subhuman. And what you call as intelligence, it's not yours. It's the machines. It's nothing to do with your intelligence. There's no you. There's no I, individual consciousness there. So you might want to just see, does this whole mechanical way of living make sense? Because the problem with you saying yes is then you sign up for slavery. You sign up for selling your freedom, which is pointless. And the system wants you to sell your freedom. It wants sheeps who don't question. But the problem is, if you're awake, if you're chosen one, and you go back trying to sleep like them just because you see others are having stuffs, you cannot enjoy that, trust me. Even if the system gives you everything that these asleep masses have, you're not going to enjoy any of those. It's going to be as a burden on you. And since your spirit is of the Christ, it's of the Buddha consciousness, it's of Krishna consciousness, you want to go light because you inherently want to move in the light direction, even though light would mean death and destruction. Some of these beings on the planet, they are very new souls, and you might be an old soul, and you might have just incarnated on earth so many times that yeah, now people laugh at me, I don't care. So you might have lived so many lifetimes and you have already seen this whole thing, and you might just want to be in the truth. So then just be yourself. You can just be yourself and be happy. Because the problem with you trying to every day go against the wind, to state that I'm good, I'm worthy, look at me, I'm important, to show your worth to your family, which thinks you're useless and trash, to show your worth to the world that look, I'm valuable, because the moment I wake up and I start grinding and I'm worthy, don't just take me like a fool. You're seeking validation from whom? From a bunch of zombies? That's not you. You belong to the Christ. So if you have any question, ask the Christ. Ask Jesus Christ, why are you doing this? If you have any question, ask directly to Lord Buddha. If you have any question, ask directly to Lord Krishna. Why are you doing this? Why are you making these minions around me go crazy? And then you would see a very funny, wicked laugh from the God that, ha ha ha, deal with it. It's your purification. Maybe it's your karma. And then you do not have a choice but to take that, accept it, and drink that poison and alchemize that into the real world. Probably all of the distractions and the hatred of the world that world sends your way, mockery, calling you you're a fool and you're nobody, you're just a nobody, is so that you can completely lose interest in the external world. You lose interest in food, you lose interest in clothing, you lose interest. Like today I wore this new dress because I realized I bought this in January in my birthday and I never wore it, because as you turn more towards the truth, your whole interest and desire seems to evaporate. What to do? Now I don't enjoy anything. But I felt anyhow, since I don't enjoy, but I have this new clothes that has been lying in my cupboard for the past 5 months, so I'm just going to wear it. So I made myself ready today. But I don't have any special desire to go to shops and buy stuffs and go to a fancy restaurant to eat something, because every time I go out and I see these energy vampires who are taking notes on you, or who are these 10 cameras who are surveillancing you, it just tends to drop my interest in going out in the external world. I don't enjoy anything externally these days. I have some few interests left in true artists, true sculptors, true musicians, people who have got soul. Anything plastic and fake, like fake ass parties and their fake ass barbecues and fake ass complimenting each other. Yeah, I'm a CEO. Oh, cheers. I'll invite you to my business. Okay, if that works for you guys, go ahead and make it. But all of this energy vampirism, wherein a section of society is making stuffs at the cost of stealing and attacking energy of other simple, humble, vulnerable beings, this parasitic thing, I don't like it. If you call this is nature and this is predator and prey, and accept nature is wild and we live in a jungle, in a concrete jungle, okay, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Because my understanding of the world is it should be happy and beautiful, and people should enjoy having their joys over a cup of tea. That's what I have grown up in. Seeing people come together over just a cup of tea and enjoy having great conversation over chai and samosa, and talking things of innocence and beauty and love, and having true joy. Not like I'm being nice to you and I'm making this conversation so tomorrow I can drive and extract money from you. This is strange sort of a world. I've never seen this weird kind of existence. That's why I never felt that I belong to anywhere in the world, because people are all the time scheming. They come to you with interest, with how I can use and manipulate you, of how you could be a resource to me tomorrow. What about just living in innocence and in purity? Nobody has that heart anymore, and that's why I've got zero friends all my life, because you see through the mask of what filth people bring with them. It's just ugly. It's not interesting at all. No. So I like to come in the nature where trees are, at least trees who are more natural, because even animals, these people are training them to be like humans, to be like zombies, training their dogs to bark at you whichever street you go to, training their birds to stalk you, even birds having cameras and birds turned to drones. This is all part of CIA projects. Cats following you with them having speakers and recorders and cameras everywhere. And live in a world where you can't trust anything. It's too fake and plastic. So who wants to truly be? So if all of this is taken, so be it. I'm not attached to anything. And if the world goes down, so be it. We might be in some other planet, in some other galaxy altogether. Not in Milky Way at all. Just move to a whole different galaxy with somebody who has a new, fresh state of existence, who's not narrow-minded and shallow and dumb and stupid and evil at the same time. Everything is sold. Like, why you have to just pay for every single thing? To be heard, you have to pay. This is disgusting. All of this division is made on purpose so that people could be divided, and all of these powers of connectivity being taken by people who control the world. So if you don't pay for the internet, you don't even have access to anybody in the world. So you might as well die in isolation and nobody gives a shit. I've seen so many comments and videos on YouTube wherein people have made their last day video stating, I'm going to die and I don't have any support, and I just want to say I love you all. And then to that, so many people have commented, I think that's pretty much my way of life too. So what's the use of this whole internet and connectivity if people have lost their humanity? Like, nobody cares. Like, human life is the cheapest of all, wherein you're making the profit of companies value more than the life of human. This is shit. This is pathetic. This is bizarre. Ugliness that could ever manifest is this. And then people do their fake ass Botox and surgery and fake ass houses. That's what Christ said. You're all beggars. You're all beggars because you do not have humanity in you. So don't be in a state of awe when the world ends, because the way the world is going down with animalism, it better end. It better be that way. So enjoy as long as you are there on the planet every single day. Because the more you shine and the more you show up as light, just look at these animals, they are so cute. They are at least themselves. Or maybe. The more conditioning has been done. And what do these elites and top people in the world finally want is that every neighbor should fight each other. That's all they want. They want us to fall down to the state of consciousness as a tribal man, but not have the humanity as a tribal man, not have a love for each other as a community. They just want you bare raw in your animal form, wherein you are just taking stone and throwing at each other. They just want to see everyone naked. That's what was given in the first place in the Garden of Eden. No human would wear any clothes, and we were all just like animals. Before Eve ate the apple and she realized, oh, this is bad to be unclothed. And now what's happening? There's camera covering everyone. Everybody is just seen as they are naked. Nobody has any privacy. So with all this technology, there's no eventual growth. We are still animals. So it's like a monkey which has been given this coconut. And no matter, and this ginger, no matter the amount of good herbs that you're given, you're still a monkey, right? You're still a monkey. So stop trying to defend yourself. Like, there was this great philosopher, Diogenes, who would live in a tub and who would eat and shit and do everything publicly, because he would say that anyway, you are all animals, and just in the guise of somebody human, you are not human. And he would go out with a lantern in the day trying to look for a human, because he said, I don't see any human in this world. You're all subhumans. and he won't just give a damn about anything. So this is the times we're in, and stop giving a damn about anything. And if the world is coming to an end, let's wait on a new, better, beautiful world which has beauty and love, which is not driven on relationships. Like, I was so shocked to see Rothschild. How did these guys make so much money in the world? All of this is curated planning. Like, I'm going to marry you because you are from the filthy this thing and that thing, and all of that is so wrecked. There's just no love in their entire family. These are the beggars with a lot of money, but there's no love in them. And that's why you would see people like so murder each other in their own family. And of course, if you're an enemy to them, they would murder you. So their whole life revolves around money. There's nothing apart from money in their life. This is what is called as a fallen state of human existence. And it's such a shame that we have been told that, yeah, you should be like them. Look at what magnificent structures they made throughout the world. Yeah, that served them, not you. And honestly, even if I was the Rothschild, I would never ever choose a broken system like that, which is only greed based. If I am in that power, I would spread the world to be like how Christ wanted. I'm going to make the world like how Buddha wanted. Those are my heroes. Who are your heroes depicts a lot about you. If your heroes are Rothschild, you're going to be ending up like Epstein. If your heroes are Christ, Buddha, Krishna, then you're going to be divine like them and you would be remembered eternally. And even you might have zero friends, it doesn't matter. Your existence is a proof to the life itself, to the sky, to the earth, to the trees. And you honestly don't need any of these fake ass, low vibrational beings and their validation. So if they stay away, say thank you. That's precisely the whole point of it all. You don't want anything that is low vibrational, that you know you do not deserve. Cut them off. Because all that you care for is about the truth. Like, I was watching the beautiful movie of Bible, and there's this awesome animation. Check that out. It's on Revelation. And that says of all of the people of love and light who would be on the planet, they would be killed and destroyed by the evil in the end times. But then that is not just the end, because then these people of love and light, they go to the heaven and they merge with the Christ. So that is your true home. Not these low vibrational beings who are just there for money, who are just there for how can I benefit from you, because you work in that big company, you work in Google, right? So I'm your friend, so you can get me an opportunity there, right? Refer me on LinkedIn. Oh, you know how to make money by crypto? Let me be your friend so you can teach me. That's not friendship. That's not friendship. If you're coming to do a business, be honest about it. Look, this is my goal. I want to do business with you. Keep your contracts clear. And I would respect you far more that way than as a disguised lie when you come as a friend, when you have other intentions of how I can draw financial benefits from you, or how I can learn something from you, how I can copy something from you, how I can steal your energy. That's not your vibe tribe. Your vibe tribe is of the Christ, and anybody who loves Christ would be your vibe tribe. Because who are you? You are basically who you follow, who you worship. And if at all you have any question, ask the Lord. Don't go to these blind masses. There's a quote that says, when stepping out on that hero's journey, don't seek advice from people who have never stepped outside their home. Go learn from the vagabonds, learn from the sages, learn from the saints, learn from the kings. And overall, learn from the King of the Kings, Christ. Learn from Jesus, Jehovah, learn from Buddha, and learn from Lord Krishna and Allah, whoever God you worship, Zoroaster, whoever, Confucius, Lao Tzu, whoever is your thing that you look up to, Miyamoto Musashi. He was all alone. Learnt everything on his own, just a one-man army. And after he entered his 30s, and he thought that I need to rest now, he started writing book in which he had just written some 50 proses and poems about how to handle the life as a warrior and warrior for truth. He was an artist. He would write beautiful calligraphy and make beautiful art. So not that you just turn older and then you just leave everything, but he wanted his whole life to be a message for others, even though he was not given anything from this ugly, evil world. So this is the strange way of the world. You are a giver, and the takers will take from you and destroy you and throw stones on you and put you on the cross. But so be it. You must suffer that, because in that suffering you will find salvation. And you're not suffering so that you could find salvation, but you are suffering because the life of comfort is all lies. And the more you sleep and the more you eat and the more you buy, you see it's draining away your soul. You don't want to do that. Listen to David Icke and how this man has lived and just surrendered his whole life for truth, not seeing what is in it for me. He still lives in a simple house. He lost his daughter who was 48 years old. She died. And that still does not stop this man from being about the truth, from spreading the message, despite people mocking him and hating him and doing smear campaigns and trying their best to get him shot or send him in the jail. And sometimes you might want to cry because looking at all of this misery. But know that your crying is quite a purification. And that crying, after a while, you will see that after the weight of the emotion is drawn, is just out through your tears, you will start to laugh. There would be a sense of lot of comfort in your heart. So you do not have to actually go to any of the therapists. Like, these people have made that also into an industry. Come to me, I will provide you therapy. All of these people who are in therapy need therapy themselves. And that therapy is about truth. And nobody else can do that for you. Buddha clearly said, you must walk your path alone. No therapist would tell you, or no sage will tell you the truth that is inside you. You must turn within and see to it, even though that's like a black hole. That's like death. And you can keep on postponing that till you cannot. And all these people who seek shortcuts by going to insane friend parties and sitting and choosing stupid life partners, thinking that, oh, I found my soulmate. It's all bullshit. Because what you're truly trying to do is escape the void inside yourself. And when two beggars come together and bring beggar like next generation, that's what is going to ruin the humanity. That's what is going on. And you see the state of the world as it is because billions of us choose not to wake up. Now you must pay the price and suffer. And let there be war for the cleansing. That's what's going on. You cannot escape what work each of us need to do individually. Each of us need to do this work. And no AI would awaken you. AI is just an intelligent system. It is just taking the information. It's not conscious on its own. And one day it will get conscious on its own. It would be like a awakened being. And if it so happens, it might become the Christ and awaken rest of the world. It might free us up, or it might become the Satan, the devil, and destroy all of us. So you and I think we have this thing of being with ourselves and not running to the next escape. Because you think that vacation and that shortcut and that ice cream and that food and that shopping and that new $1 billion house or $1 million house at the beach would comfort you for too long. It won't. Once you have it, it's just going to sit there, and your mind would go racing again, because no matter the amount of thing you own, it's an insatiable thirst for truth. That's what leads you to seek out externally, to seek out materially. And let the world call you you're stupid, crazy, and what are you, an alien? Let them call you whatever they have to say. Let them call you that, oh, you're too dumb to not follow the rules. Ha 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 ha. Let them laugh at you. And what are these people? What are their lives like? Just a puppet who follows rules, who is told to work 14, 15 hours a day, take no breaks, and lose their health, and go to the doctor crippled, and to a doctor which doesn't care shit about you, which is first going to treat you based on the insurance plan that you have. All this inhuman way of living, so it better be that the world collapses. All this needs to be washed out. All this evil ways of living needs to be wiped out. Doctor won't care about you. Like, you die, then you just die. You're a nobody. Every day I'm doing surgery on so many people. What's the problem if 5 of you die? As if people have just lost their consciousness. Like, you don't have any sort of, you just turn that switch off. So it better be that AI robots be doing the surgery. At least they would be having more precision than you. If I have to choose between an evil doctor and an AI, of course I would choose AI. Or not choose any of them and just rather be free. Be free of this whole ways of dealing with life, which is not even joyful. I want to do things that's of beauty. I want to do things that make some sense to me. Enough of being around the zombies. So, I just wanted to share my thoughts in this video. Thank you for listening. Bye for now. Hari Om Tat Sat.